Save Lagos Group, a Southwest association, has given the All Progressives Congress stalwart Bola Tinubu 24 hours to reveal his position on the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Operation Amotekun. For the most part, many are expecting him to speak on the matter as one of the top leaders in the Southwest. The Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami San, had on Tuesday declared the outfit as illegal, while the Southwest governors have remained unfazed. Let's get into this. Tanko Yunusa is a former presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party, the NCP. He joins us from our Abuja studios. Many thanks indeed for coming on the show. Also via Skype from Lagos is Adekoya Onyekachi. It's a security expert. Many thanks to both of you, gentlemen, for joining us on State of the Nation. Let's begin with you, Mr. Onyekachi. What impact will the voice of Tinubu, the APC leader, have on whether or not Amotekun stays or it goes?
I think we're just delving into the realms of politics a bit. I'm a security person. I pretty much want to stay out of those conjectures. I don't know what impact it will bring to the table or to the hard issues on ground. So it's left, perhaps the group who wants him to speak may be in a better position. But from a security perspective, there's not much for me to talk about there. It's just all politics, I guess.
You on hold for a second or two, then come back to you and get to Tanko, who is rightly the politician in this instance. Tanko, what's your views on this? Should the APC stalwart Tinubu be speaking on this Amotekun operation after his party, of course, the APC, that is in power, has spoken through the AGF, who says it's totally illegal?
Oh, well, you know, when it comes to a political statement, for somebody who has a political ambition and do not want to speak on a regional issue, as somebody who is interested in leading the country, may have hindered him from making such pronouncement or speaking. And it is expected, of course, if as a politician, you're supposed to speak nationalistic so that to show that you care about the interests of other parts of the country. As far as we are concerned, the situation in the country is such a dicey one where any Nigerian who wants to travel to any part of this country will be scared, or probably because of the certain situation that we find ourselves. And that is to say, the reason why certain areas try to make sure that they police or provide security for themselves. Because quite honestly, as a citizen, you can't say that Nigeria as it is today is secured for you to move. Because when you look at the situation, even as the Amotekun is being channeled to protect the lives and property of the Southwest people, even though they are not the only one living in that particular region, as the case may be, we have serious situation coming up from the Northwest, Northeast, particularly even in the state of the president, that's Katsina State. You will see a complete village being completely wiped out. And as it is today, those particular people are still living under ramshackle places where shelter has not been provided. There is no even assurance. Just before yesterday, there was an attack on the emir of Pataskum in Kaduna, particularly at Mararaban Jos, where 4 of his aides were killed. And these are some of the things that is happening around the nation. So it is not peculiar to any particular reason. So even if he is to speak, it is expected that he will speak in the interest of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that comprises every part of this country.
Okay, let me put you on hold now and get back to Mr. Onyekachi. Mr. Onyekachi, vigilante groups are not something new in our lexicon whatsoever. Lagos State, for instance, has the Neighborhood Watch. Benue State, at the peak of the attacks and killings there, took action by setting up a vigilante group as well by the governor in that state. What makes this one different?
Good question, Gimba. Firstly, I'm a member of an association, the Association of Licensed Private Security Practitioners. And when they first announced Amotekun, by the way, I'm from Ogun State, so it affects me as a citizen of Nigeria from Ogun State. We're a bit concerned. I think the governors perhaps should have maybe reached out to the association so that they can operate a bit more under the ambits of the law. The Private Guard Act of 1986 and the Federal Government Gazette on Security Regulations Governing Security of 2018 clearly shows you that, I mean, you can't float a security outfit. So from the get-go, they got it wrong in nomenclature. And I say this with with all sense of respect and sense of responsibility. You can't call Amotekun a security outfit. At most, it could be called a security initiative or a security program, which is born out of necessity. And we're not new to the doctrine of necessity in Nigeria. So there's a clear need for a security initiative that will help the federal forces and federal agencies to gather intelligence, actionable intelligence, for them to take action on those intelligence in a very coordinated manner. So is there a need for something like Amotekun? Yes. But I think where they perhaps got it wrong is in trying to say they floated a security outfit. The laws of Nigeria as it is today does not allow the states to float or any other arm of government to float any security outfit. That's under the exclusive list of the National Assembly. So
I may just jump in. Do you think that the police force having needing the required number of officers and men, do you think that the police force should absorb groups like this?
Not necessarily, because again, we don't have the budget. If you look at our budget now, I mean, we're looking at a budget deficit of about 4 trillion. So we don't have the budget to even absorb. The police has been pushing. Just last year, the federal government said they would try and push up the numbers to 400,000. In any case, we need about 500,000 policemen. We have over 774 local governments to cover. Some states like Oyo, for example, are almost times 4 the size of Lagos. So the police cannot absorb.
I'm afraid
absorb them.
I must sincerely thank you. We're really out of time, but I must thank you so much indeed. Adekoya Oyekachi is a security expert, as well as Tanko Yunusa, the former presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party, the NCP, and to everyone who's been a part of the show. Many thanks indeed for watching. I'm Gimba Umar, and this is State of the Nation. See you next time.